As an immigrant, I've always liked foreigners. It would be hypocritical not to. As a classic rock fan, I've also always liked foreigners' 70s albums title tracks. But let's find out which is best. Double Vision or Head Games. Hi and welcome to Acting is Reacting, where an actor, me, reacts to music, sometimes for the first time, others like today for the gazillionth. In this case, I'm pitting two tracks against each other in a song war and trying to decide which is my favourite. And of course, you're more than welcome to play along at home and drop your answers in the comments below. Now, I do vividly recall the first time I actually heard these songs, but we'll come to that a bit later. So we will start with Double Vision, released in 1978. This was the title track from their second album, and it was the second single from that album, and it reached number 2. You couldn't make it up. I mean, it's the sort of thing that you'd expect to see in Bohemian Rhapsody, but in this case, it's actually true. So the song was written by guitarist Mick Jones and lead singer Lou Gramm, of course, and was produced by Jones, Ian MacDonald, and super producer Keith Olsen. And it sounds like this. Remembered, it also opens side 2, so there's 2s all around the place on this one. Crazy. Long, slow 70s fade out. Not really a long song. Right. Okay, Double Vision. Yeah, that's a good one. I've always liked the sax in it from Ian MacDonald, but I do wish it was more prominent and more a part of the arrangement than it is. But that's pretty much my only quibble with that song. Great vocal from Lou Gramm. I mean, you could say that about any song that he sang on, couldn't you? Because he's one of them. And some tasty guitar work from Mick Jones. He's got some nice subtle work going on as well as the more aggressive riffing, and it all melds together for a supremely superb slice of mainstream American/British rock. So nice work. Okay, so now we move on 1 year and one album to 1979 for Head Games. This time Keith Olsen's gone. They never worked with the same producer twice. Have you noticed that? Anyway, on this occasion they have Roy Thomas Baker in the producer's chair, who of course has featured on the channel recently with Queen and Journey. He was everywhere in the 70s, basically. So this song was again the second single from an album and co-written by Jones and Graham. Didn't do quite as well in the charts, hitting number 14. But let's see how we rate it compared to Double Vision, which we will do now. Foreigner always had terrible album covers as well, didn't they?
Daylight, alright. I don't know if it's real. Been a long night, and something ain't right. You won't show how you feel. No time ever seems right to talk about the reasons why you and I fight. It's high time to draw the line, put an end to this game before it's too late. Head games, it's you and me, baby. Head games, and I can't take it anymore. Head games, I don't wanna play the head games. I daydream for hours it seems. I keep thinking of you, yeah, thinking of you. These daydreams, what do they mean? They keep haunting me. Are they warning me? Daylight turns into night. We try and find the answer, but it's nowhere in sight. It's always the same, and you know who's to blame. You know what I'm saying? Still we keep on playing head games. That's all I get from you. Head games, and I can't take it anymore. Head games, don't wanna play no head games.
No bass on this track, which I'll mention in a sec. I'm going to just mention it now, but you know what I mean.
So near, so far away. We pass each other by 'cause we don't know what to say. It's so clear, I'm sorry to say, but if you wanna win, you gotta learn how to play. Head games, always you and me, baby. Head games, till I can't take it anymore. Head games, instead of making love. Head games, oh, head games, always you and me, baby. Head games, till I can't take it anymore. No more head games, instead of making love, we play head games. Head games, in the first degree. Head games, yeah, always you and me. Head games, why do you do it, baby? Head games.
Fast to fade out. There we go. Okay, Head Games. And I mentioned the bass playing in the song. It is, of course, by Rick Wills, who is making his Foreigner debut on this album, having replaced the other one, Ed Gagliardi. Yeah, something like that. And it was a step up. Paved the way for the culling of further members before they got to Foreigner 4 and were slimmed down to a 4-piece from a 6-piece. But that's a story for another day. The story for this day is that's a cracking tune as well. I've seen the band a bunch of times live over the years, mostly with Kelly Hansen. I'll talk about the exception in a sec. But this one has opened at least one, if not more, of the gigs that I've seen them do, and it's a great way to start a show because you're not wasting your biggest hits, but it's also a cool rocking song that's well known. Good choice. We won't talk about Foreigner set lists or compilations or any of that stuff today. We're just talking about these two songs. We could go on all sorts of tangents, which I'm prone to do. So stop me. Hey, that said, if you are enjoying hearing Foreigner and talking about all aspects of their career, hit like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more of this sort of thing and all sorts of other things too. Thanks. Actually, before we get to my winner, I'll talk about Foreigner live again and the exception to when I saw them without Kelly Hansen, before Kelly Hansen. And indeed, this is the first time that I heard these two songs because I saw Foreigner live in, I'd say, 1995 in a co-headlining bill with the Doobie Brothers. So I went for the Doobies, and at that point, only knew two Foreigner songs. They were big ballads. You could probably guess which ones. And yeah, didn't know anything else about them. And they were second on the bill, so I stayed. And by the end of the night, I was also a fan of Foreigner. And of course, that meant I did get to see Lou Gramm with the band. He wasn't in his heyday, but sounded pretty damn good to me. So I'm happy to have done that. I just wish I could go back in time and see that concert again, knowing now what I didn't know then, if that makes sense. Does anything I say make sense? Probably not. Nor will this. I was pretty certain I knew which song I was going to choose as my winner in this war, and I've changed my mind completely hearing them back to back, which happens sometimes, which is part of the fun, at least for me and hopefully for you. So, Double Vision is a great classic rock song, and it was the bigger hit, and went gold and all that. So you might have thought it was going to win the double and get my trophy for today, but no, I'm going to go the other way. My winner is Head Games. I just found it more punchy from the off. I think I do prefer Roy Thomas Baker production to Keith Olsen, generally in life, not just on these two songs. Um, which makes it interesting that I've never actually got around to owning the Head Games album. I should probably rectify that at some point. But yeah, that is my winner. But do, as I say, let me know down below which is yours. There's no wrong answers, unless you say you will, because that wasn't one of the choices. Well, that's my winner for today, but there's stuff floating around my heads of other suggestions for you to watch, me watching and listening to things that YouTube think you'd also like. So do one of that. And I'll just say bye for now, but I really hope not for long.
Acting is reacting. This does not mean acting again.